I'll talk with you. Thank you, Jimmy. All right. Well, hello again, everybody. Live from Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers. We'd like to welcome all of you to week 35, is it already, of the Audi of Fort Myers Mixed League, the number one mixed league for payouts, I believe, in the United States. And the reason I'm saying that is about 220 two-day usages have been won of a brand new Audi. If you bowl 300 or 800 with handicap, 90% of 235. So 220 two-day usages is 440 days. And if you figure the car's 100 a day, like if you go rent one, 440 times 100 is $44,000. But let's say it's a yearly lease and it costs $1,000 a month for 365 days. That's $12,000, right? So plus insurance. So figure a minimum of 15, 16,000 added in car usages, as high as 40 or so if you were going to rent them, plus 6,000 added to the prize fund. And we want to thank David Forbes and the people of Audi of Fort Myers for doing something for 160 league bowlers that I have never, ever seen in my 60 years being in bowling centers. Not this kind of generosity. And again, looking forward to next week's position round. Keep in mind the four winners of weeks 9, 18, 27, and 36 will bowl 2 weeks from tonight in a stepladder prize fund event. That will be May 4th. So we have next week, tonight, and May 4th, and we're done. Anyways, we got some people on: Lisa Michelle, Sandy Condravi, Gil Willett, Mark Medugno, Cooper Gates, Mike Jacobson. Welcome aboard. Butch Smith. Want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. I'm rested. I haven't live streamed since last week. Feeling pretty good about that. Had some days off naturally, and ready to roll this week. We got a busy week. Corey Hausman's going to be coming in with me for a moment. He's running a tournament here this weekend. The Florida Scratch Bowling Tour is coming here to Lightning Strikes, and I'm going to bring Corey in a few minutes. We're going to talk to Corey. He's founded this association. He does a great job. He travels the state of Florida with events. He's got his banners up, and if you look down the lanes now, you can see champions banners down there. Verity Crowley's name's down there. David Stouffer's name is down there. These are the champions that have won his events. Garcia Christian Azcona's won one, who made the Masters finals a few weeks ago in Reno. Sean Wilcox has won one, and these are his champion banners. I love it. Michael Coffey, Trevor Roberts, lots of real good bowlers have won his events. He's here tonight hanging his banners, getting ready for this weekend's tournament, and we're going to be talking to him shortly. As you can see, I've got the concourse cam here. We'll move it a little bit for all of you. There's Corey right there talking to Chris P., our great head mechanic. Lane man does all the maintenance work here at the Bowling Center, and they're talking about this weekend's event coming up here at Lightning Strikes. And as you can see, the people coming in, nice panoramic view of the facility. There's the great David Stouffer, who won the proprietors event this past weekend at Treasure Lane's, his 7th win. David Stouffer's 7th win of that event, and the first person in the history of it to go back-to-back. We'll get Stouffer in here and ask him about that great win shortly. Again, we want to thank all of you for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday here, April 20th. My God, time is flying. 2 weeks from tonight, the roll-off of this great league. A lot of money at stake. We'll be bringing that to you, of course. The step ladder. Let's check the standings and see if they're up. And these are the standings now for the last team that can win in the roll-off. Right now, living on spares. are in good shape. Obviously, 2 points over Pocket Pounders. Atomic Barbecue, Southwest Florida support. All have a chance. Keep in mind, it's 7 points a night. There's 14 points left. So if you add 14 points, hypothetically, the Thunderstruck, and they go to 48, and Living in the Pocket Pounders and Atomic Barbecue get beat, Thunderstruck could win. There's really no team that can repeat right here. So the way it works right now is, as you can see, I would say with 14 points left, well, maybe 10 teams. Everglades Equipment would have to go 14-0 and really hope that all the teams in front of them got bombed. But you never know, anything could happen. Figure 10 teams in the running, 1 will make the top 4 for the roll-off 2 weeks from tonight. Ryan Waddell took 15th in the proprietors. I saw that, Renee. Congratulations. Eddie Grumman here to support the guys from the Florida Scratch Tour. Welcome aboard, Eddie. Thank you. We're going to have Corey in the booth in a moment. Come on up, Corey. Come sit with Uncle Litchy. We're going to get Corey Hausman in here. We're going to talk about the Florida Bowlers Tour, Corey and I. In fact, let me get this chair set up right here. Come on in here, Corey, with me.
Oh, boy.
And sit down.
I guess there's a first time for everything, I reckon.
Now, here we are. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
I want to thank you for having me.
You hung the banners up. I remember doing that when I was player service director of the tour. Banners just like that, too, I might add. And let me get this camera moved a little bit here. All right, so tell us about, why did you do this? What made you become a founder of an association of scratch bowling tournaments?
Back in the day, I was probably about 18, 19, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Our sponsor with True Grit Coatings, James Franklin, knows this very well. We used to bowl a tournament because back in those days, I don't know what the parameters are for age for youth right now, but
Right.
back in those days, youth could bowl, I believe it was up until like 21, 22.
Right.
And we bowled in a tournament that Chris Lowshedder's parents ran.
Chris
and Mary
Lowshedder's
Lowshedder.
parents have been doing it in Ohio and Florida. Great promoters.
Yes, excellent promoters.
Very wonderful young man, Chris Lowshedder.
I haven't met him personally. He was actually just leaving, I guess maybe for college or whatever.
Yeah, the
as I
Lowshedder was
coming
famous
in.
here in Florida.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this derived off of. We had the Florida Youth Scratch Bowlers Tour is what it was called.
I got it.
And I started their website and used to run their website for them every weekend.
I got it.
Every weekend, or the second weekend every month.
Yeah.
And I love seeing all the banners. I mean, and I've got some of the Lowshedder bowlers still bowl. James Franklin, who's our sponsor with True Grit Coatings.
Yeah.
He bowls.
Yeah.
Ashley Galante, I'm sure you know that name.
Galante's
Ashley
great.
bowls.
What a bowler.
You know, trying to think. Chris Polizzi, I believe he used to bowl the
Chris
Lowshedders.
Polizzi was second here in our scratch event to David Stouffer. Chris Polizzi bowled great. His thumb went on him, or he had a shot to win that event. He could have won it healthy. I mean, he bowled great, and all of a sudden the thumb started bleeding. He couldn't keep up.
But yeah, that's really where it derived. I mean, after I stopped bowling the Lowshedders, and you know, I took some time off from bowling and stuff like that to focus on some other things in my life.
Yeah.
And just looking out here, looking at the banners right now, you know,
You've done a great job. We're very honored to have you here.
Well,
I mean that
appreciate
sincerely, too.
I appreciate it.
Anybody that's supporting bowling in today's day and age, they got my vote. What you've done here is you've built up a great reputation. Obviously, the banners, we're looking at maybe 100 entries this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, of course, you survived during COVID, and you came right back and did it again. You've done a wonderful, wonderful job. It takes people like yourself to keep it going. It's a lot of work. People got no idea how much work.
People don't understand how much work is truly involved. And I'm not trying to give myself a pat on the back.
No, but I know. I know
But
what it is, and your friends know that have watched you do this. People that really understand what you're doing are very appreciative. I'm so glad that Robert and you came up with an agreement to come here.
I'm just honored that he asked us to come in and run the first of his quarterly scratch tournament. I was blown away.
I loved it. I said that's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want successful groups in here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at these banners, and back when I was thinking of starting it up. James Franklin hadn't entered the picture yet, but when I was thinking of starting it up, I talked to a buddy of mine, used to bowl with him in Crystal River, Wyatt Dennington, and I'm like, what do you think if we revived the Florida Youth Scratch Bowler Tour and just took off the youth so we could bowl it?
Yes.
And he's like, man, he says, I don't know. He says, It might work out. It might not. I says, other than a local tournament in the Tampa area, Bobby Sims runs a really good tournament. Sims tournaments up in Newport Richie at Langlo.
Yep.
You know,
they've been great for many years, the Langlo family.
Yeah.
30 years of supporting the sport.
I says, other than them, other than Bobby Sims and his tournament, I says, I really don't know. And it wasn't that there wasn't any out there. I'm sure there were some, but I didn't know of any that were great like that had a reputation like that. And I says, let me see if I can revive it. And we started July of 2019 at Manatee Lanes.
Yeah.
And
you've done an unbelievable job. I am so honored to be with you. I really mean that.
I think I'm honored to be with you, buddy.
Well, that's nice. But, you know, when I see a young man like yourself take this initiative, and it is a lot of work, and again, you know, in New England, I grew up in NEBA. NEBA was founded in 1963. Mm-hmm. They ran a monthly event from January of 63 to March of 2020. Every month. They never missed a month. Including the weekend of John F. Kennedy's assassination. They ran the tournament that weekend. He was assassinated on a Friday. They went Saturday, Sunday that weekend.
Really?
So they never missed up until the shutdown in New England. And I knew all those directors and all those promoters from the time I was a kid to now. So I have it in the back of my mind, these people that have stepped it up, that run these monthly events, that it becomes a passion. Bob Janego did it with the SBA here in Florida and was loved by the seniors. So what you're doing now is just wonderful, and I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate you. You know, I want to do what it takes to bring bowling back. I come from a county where bowling used to be really big back in the mid to late 90s, and then it just kind of teetered off. And I wouldn't say that it's not necessarily anybody's fault. I wouldn't put blame on anybody in particular.
No, it just evolved to that. But it takes somebody like yourself that's a visionary that says, you know what, I can do this, and I'm committed, and you are. And I think when Robert saw how committed you were and invited you here, that tells you a lot. Here's a man that didn't have to. I mean, we run a lot of tournaments here, but he invited you. Well, that's a feather in your cap, and then you go forward with that to other proprietors.
And I'm truly honored that he even asked us to come here.
We all have to do that now. We all have to support the sport, especially the scratch aspects, because they're a little tougher to promote. There's a lot of real good bowlers, but they need to keep bowling or we get hurt. We can't lose scratch bowling. You know, handicap bowlers are great, but we can't lose scratch events. And this is.
I've noticed the one thing that tends to hurt, not just scratch, but bowling in general, is everybody and their mother's uncle for the last 2 years wants to run an event, and it hurts it. But the ones that succeed in it are the ones that stay committed and do stuff. You know, like I said, not tooting my own horn, but doing stuff like this for the bowlers. Well, you know, at first I didn't know how the bowlers were going to be receptive to this, but they're
receptive. I'm receptive, and I'm a Hall of Famer. When I see a young man do this, that steps it up and says, you know, I'm going to go to work on weekends, and I don't care. I'm going to drive. I'm going to spend the time, the money, the gas, the energy, and it takes a lot of work. But you're the right guy. It's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. It's something you like doing.
I really
you drove today. How long did it take you to get here today?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours hanging banners, and then you got 3.5 hours back. That's a commitment. You know, gasoline and time. That's money.
Gasoline, time.
Yep.
Hotels overnight sometimes. Like we just had our event up in Yulee.
Yeah.
That Trevor Roberts won.
Where's Yulee? Up by Jacksonville?
It's probably about, judging by the map, I'd say like 5 to 10 minutes from the north of Jacksonville, 5 to 10 minutes from the Georgia border.
Wow, way up by Brunswick, Georgia. You're way up there on on 95, not far from the Brunswick exit. I think Brunswick's about 20 miles into Georgia.
Yeah,
not much.
It was a long hike. It's probably about a 2-hour and 45-minute drive.
Yulee.
And as much as I love the house, there's like nothing going on out there.
I was looking at the pattern coming out this weekend. I've never seen that pattern. That is an interesting pattern. Have you used it before?
I have not used it before.
I took one look at it and I said, that's going to be interesting. I've never called one on that one. That's going to be an interesting shot as the day goes on.
I wanted to put something unique that probably most people haven't seen. I would imagine the only people that have really had a chance to look at it would be any of the Weber bowlers.
Yes. I've never seen it. I'm not a real big pattern guy. You know, we don't have a lot here. You know, we have our house shots and one a month for our scratch. But I never saw anything that looked like that one before. That's an interesting little graph that we looked at there.
Yeah, we put out all different types of patterns. I like to stick with PBA patterns, PBA 50 patterns,
Right.
A few Kegel patterns here and there.
Right.
I don't want to put nothing out too easy.
No, I agree.
And I don't want to put nothing out way too difficult.
Your scratch bowlers don't want them easy. They want
Exactly.
shot making. They want lane reading. They want it competitive.
Yep,
They want to know
absolutely.
if that execution, gets to the top. The cream comes to the top. They don't want 6 boards area at the break point. That's fine for house leagues and stuff like that. But tournaments where you're going to travel, you want to narrow the fairways a little bit.
That's right.
Narrow it a little bit.
Exactly.
You
want to make it a challenge, but you don't want to make it impossible.
Make them pure it. Make them pure the shots and read the lanes.
Yep, absolutely.
I like that attitude. Now, 1,500 added this weekend?
1,500
And
added
who
this
is this person that is doing this?
James Franklin, one of the guys I used to bowl low shedders with back in the days.
Yes.
Matter of fact, he beat me in a step ladder. The one time I faced him, I had a shot.
1,500 added.
Well, he's adding 1,000
Yeah.
with True Grit coatings.
Yeah.
And Robert Eddy said he's going to add 500 himself.
Wow. That's
the prize
fantastic
fund.
money.
That's excellent.
That's a lot of money.
I couldn't have asked for 2 better sponsors than I've got.
Well, you got 2 people that love the game and appreciate scratch bowling and appreciate competitive bowling, and we appreciate them. Obviously, with Robert's done here and Mr. Franklin, I hope to meet him.
Yep,
We'll
absolutely.
get him in the booth, talk to him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love to come up here and talk with you, by all means.
I hope so. We want him here. Anybody that's ponying up 1,000, come into the booth and say hello.
Right.
I mean, let people know the story. That's what we need to get out there.
That's right.
Here's a gentleman that feels it's worth it. He works for his money. He's coming up with $1,000. There's a reason for it. I want to hear what he has to say.
James has done, James and True Grit Coatings, and I believe Coating Solutions is the other company that he's affiliated with.
Yeah.
They've done so much for not just my event. They did for Tom Dougherty. Was coordinated with him in the PVA to get that regional up at Oakfield Lanes a few months back.
Okay.
James kicked in a couple of thousand, at least a couple thousand. To their
Boy,
prize
he's a great sponsor. You got
He-
a horse there,
He
bro.
donates money to, besides that PBA event, he donates money to mine every month.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually sponsors our North region now. And sometime this summer, we're going to have a capped scratch doubles event.
Yeah.
He's going to put $2,500 into that. And on top of that, he just does so much more for the bowling community. He's donated money to the youth leagues at some of the houses in the Lakeland, Tampa area. He's donated $2,000 to another league, I believe, a memorial league of some sort. I don't know if I get into details on that. But he's donated money to a memorial league. I think it was like $2,000.
See, we have the
He's
same
just
thing with
an
David
unbelievable
Forbes.
human being.
You get a guy like this, they're very rare. David Forbes has done that with this league, and then putting up money in the scratch tournament a few months ago. Whoever shot the first 300 got $1,000, and Stu Williams shot 300. He put up 5,000 for the pro-am for the PBA event, 5,000 to the PBA for the nut, and gave Johnny Petraglia 5,000 for his charity, for the BVL charity.
God bless him.
So and of course James is now doing this with you. Can you imagine? We've got 2 people that can spend their money a lot of ways and put it into bowling, and these are friends of bowling. It's amazing what they're doing. Thank God we have them.
We need more people like that.
Boy, do we need them.
In the bowling community. We need more people like that.
Well, I want to meet this man and thank him, and I want to thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to sit down and talk with you this Saturday. For sure.
Now, what time are we on the air Saturday? What time do we start?
I believe the tournament's supposed to start at noon. Check-in is at 11. If my staff and myself are here early enough and we get everything set up, because we don't have to do the cameras, obviously, because you have your own live feed here. We normally do our own live feed, but since you have this, we'll put ours away.
Okay.
But I'd imagine we have some time. We could probably start checking in at around 10:30.
Yeah, we'll be on the air. We'll be on the air at 11:30 then.
If we're anticipating 100 bowlers like you and I are thinking that we're going to end up seeing, this is going to be the biggest Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour tournament in the history of our event.
Well, I want to get some of your champions in here. Like when they start coming in, anybody that's won your events, I want to get them in here. I want to talk to them about winning, where they won, and how they feel about your association. And it's a great thing. We're seeing progress. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
I love all my bowlers, and I thank them all the time for their support. You know, like I said, there's a lot that goes into this, and without them, we'd be nothing.
I want to show. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No. What were you going to say? I want to interject something, but you finish.
Without the bowlers that come out Oh, thank you very much.
Go ahead, set that right here.
Long hot dog.
You're allowed.
Thank you, Robert Eddie. Look at this.
You're allowed to eat our food here.
I'm gonna destroy this.
We promote our food on camera. The league tonight is a prime example of a great sponsor. Now think about this. There was 15 teams bowling here a year ago, and that league broke. It was a cruise league, and they couldn't make arrangements for cruise lines because of COVID. David Forbes comes in, adds 6,000, starts giving Audis away.
Wow.
Now we got a 160 bowler league, 44 bowler teams. So we went from 15 four-bowler teams to 40 four-bowler teams with a new sponsor. So there you go. In other words, these people are here because of Audi of Fort Myers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and look at this.
The house, I know you guys can't really, I don't know if they can see it just yet.
Yeah, watch this. Well, this is
Can they
what
see
I
all
do.
this?
Watch this one. This is my concourse. Check it out.
Wow, look at this. Guys, the house is full if you haven't seen it yet. The house is absolutely full. Oh, and we're getting ready to start practice.
There's Corey right there with
What's up, guys?
There he is. Pretty cool, huh?
I tell you, these bowlers here are truly blessed to have someone like Robert Eddie, Mr. Forbes, yourself, that put together all of this just for a league.
Well, these people are the people who love bowling. You know how I always tell. You see somebody wheel in, a 4-ball bag. There's $1,500 worth of equipment right there. Evidently, they're serious.
Absolutely.
And they've committed to 36 weeks. And they drive here after work. And when you look at leagues fees and driving and maybe the toll bridge and your bowling balls and everything else, these are serious bowlers. Just because they don't average 220 doesn't mean they're bad.
Absolutely.
But they love to bowl. And they're the ones that make up the sport right now. The scratch bowlers are maybe 1%. The handicap bowlers are 99.
Right.
But what I found is they all have the same thing in common. They all want to strike. That's the common denominator. Is every one of them want to strike. That's what makes the game so wonderful. Every one of them thinks the same thing when they step up on the approach. I want to strike.
Right.
Some strike more than others. That's the only difference, is the amount of strikes. But that's the common denominator. Every one of them have the same thing when they step up. I want to knock over 10 pins.
Right.
We have people coming here from Miami. See Will and Jay Butler right there. We're in the 13th.
Now, how far is Miami from here? About 2 hours?
125 each way. They drive 250 every Tuesday night. They drove 9,000 miles to bowl this league.
Wow.
By 36 weeks, they will have driven 9,000 miles.
God bless them.
How serious is that?
That's
and they won.
Extremely serious.
They're one of the teams that won, the Jay Butler team. So they're in the hunt to win the money and the roll-off. As you can see, we have split screen.
You've got literally every pair covered. Literally.
And we can see your banners here on close-ups. We do expect cameras on the low end. Right now we cover 9 through 42.
Okay, I see.
And we go right up the line. A lot of friends on Facebook. Mary Berner's on, saying hello to you tonight. Mary Berner's on.
Hey, Mary, how are you, my dear?
On our messages. Corey, say hi to Mary. Hello, Mary. How are you, Mary?
How are ya?
There's Mary. And Cooper Gates, Elaine Mcdougall.
Big shout out to my cousin Eddie Grumman right there. Eddie.
Eddie Grumman
How you
saying
doing,
hello
Bada
to you.
Boom?
And got a lot of friends on there.
I do.
It's going to be a great weekend. This goes on. We can see how many views we got. And let me see my analytics, and what I'll do is I'll go here, and I'm going to go back here, and right now it'll tell us we got about 36 people watching practice.
That's great.
For this weekend, I expect pretty good views this weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
I expect 4,000 views this weekend. I expect 60,000 minutes watched. See, right now it tells you how many minutes have been watched so far. We don't know the views till we get off the air.
Now, I don't know how the scoring works in this house, but if any of the bowlers that are going to be having family, loved ones, anyone like that watching this weekend, they can go to tournamentbowl.com.
That's what Mary Berner uses.
Yep.
So we will be using Tournament Bowl this weekend, which is great. I put the scores up after each game when they're entered, and I go over the scoring and the cuts and the pots and the brackets. So we'll do all of that too. And it's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a blast.
And I would say this is probably a better time than ever for the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour to make an announcement. Let me make sure, get on my phone and make sure
go ahead. What do you want to do?
I have this correct in here. We are going to be running, Robert Eddy has asked us to come in every January, April, July, and October to run the first month of his quarterly scratch tournaments.
Wow.
But December 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the second annual Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour Masters Tournament, the two-day event, will be here.
2-day event.
2-day event.
Wow.
We're looking at a minimum of $3,000 guaranteed to first. A minimum.
Wow.
And right now, as it stands, we only have one Masters champion because we've only had one Masters event.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he is. I know he's here tonight because I've seen him. Dave Stouffer.
Oh, Dave Stouffer's on a roll. He won the Proprietors this weekend. He won the Eddie Foods tournament. He's won 3 tournaments in the last 4 months.
If you look up the name Butter in the encyclopedia, he'd be Butter because he is on a roll for sure.
I know he's on a roll.
He's killing it.
He's killing them.
And, absolutely.
So he won your Masters tournament.
He won the Masters tournament. He actually edged out Mr. Christian Escono.
He edged out Christian Escono.
Yep.
Wow.
He edged him out.
Wow.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they both shot, and that was a custom Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour Masters pattern that we had made. John Janowitz made that for us. And him, Escona, and Stouffer, because it was a 2-game elimination for the title match, and total pinfall was what they went by. And I believe they both shot, if I'm not mistaken, it was 279 the first game to tie.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It was a relatively high-scoring tournament.
Mary Berner, yes, I am live streaming the Sweeper Friday. It starts at 7. We will be on the air at 6:30 for the 4-game Sweeper this Friday. And we will be using tournamentbowl.com Saturday. Victoria Pelosian from Ireland, welcome aboard. Bill Plunkett. Got a lot of friends on again tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. As you can see, the house filling up. I love this view. This is from our booth up here. A little higher up. I used to be under those 2 cameras, or those 2 TV sets you see. Right in the center of your screen is where my table was. Of course, now we're in the Bud booth. Get a great view in the Bud booth. It's going to be a hell of a weekend, man.
You want some?
No, I'm going to order it a little bit.
All right, buddy.
Now, where do you live? You told me 3.5 hours to get here.
I live in a little tiny town called Inverness, Florida.
Oh, you live in Inverness, where Sportsman's Bowl is.
Yes.
I was up there. My friend Laurel's mother lives in Inverness, and I was up there last April. And Christmas, I spent Christmas Day in Inverness of 2019 with my friend Laurel and her mother and her brother. I was there in Inverness. She lives right there. We went into Sportsman's Bowl, old bowling center built in 1960.
Yes, sir.
I had no idea you live in Inverness.
Robert Simon used to own the bowl, and he gave it, excuse me, I guess it was willed, or whatever you would say, to his son-in-law and his daughter.
Yes, I met them.
Paul Harris, very nice guy.
I met Paul and his wife.
Yep.
I met them last year.
Paul recently, I guess he's had some issues with his eyes, unfortunately. He just recently, about a month and a half ago, sold the business.
Oh, he did sell it.
Yes.
Somebody finally bought it.
Yes, he sold it to a gentleman, and that gentleman has done a ton of stuff with it that I thought would never happen to it. Not that Paul wasn't good. Paul was great with what he did.
Yeah.
But they're adding onto the right side. You remember how all the trees used to be over there?
Yes.
Knocking all that down and putting in a full-service restaurant with a parking
lot.
Wow. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
They're going for the gusto.
Yep. They're doing a lot. The gentleman's going to be sinking a lot of money into that bowling center, and I think it's going to be something great for the bowlers in the future. Another person that's putting money into bowling to make bowling great again.
We got to make bowling great again. It's a team effort. It's every area. Absolutely. It's every region. I think everybody has to have the mindset that they've got to go to work. And you've done it. I know that. We've done it here, so it's happening. You know, the PBA's doing it. What a job they've done here in Florida for bowling. My God. What a 6 weeks they put on here for us.
Yeah, my staff and I are very happy. My staff and I are very happy that we've been asked to come in here.
Well, that's because you got a good reputation. You know, when the word goes out, you're doing a good job. It's contagious. People hear about it, and then they want to be part of it.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works. You know,
I'm hoping in the South here it catches on like a wildfire because we originally had started in the Tampa and the Lakeland area.
Yes.
And we went between a house that's in Spring Hill.
Yes.
We went to Langlo Lanes.
Yes.
We did Manatee Lanes where the whole thing originated over in Crystal River.
Yeah.
But we've noticed that we're starting to get better entries the closer we stay to the bigger cities.
Yeah.
You know, nothing against, you know, smaller houses and stuff like that, but, you know, the bigger cities is where we're seeing the bigger numbers, or we're getting more exposure, getting more people out there. More people would like to travel to these bigger cities.
Yeah.
And, you know, my staff and I, we said, let's stick to the Tampa Lakeland area. So we did that, and we've been at Dana Henson's house, Orange Bowl, in Lakeland. Yeah, I was tagging my friend there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's one of my tournament directors, Nigel Milliken.
Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Say hello to Nigel. Very
But,
nice.
whatchamacallit? Yeah, we've been at Orange Bowl in Lakeland with Dana Henson. I'm sure you
I know
remember him.
Dana Henson.
Yeah.
I bowled a PBA regional there when I first moved here to Florida. Got a check, snuck a check out in a kids regional there. Stayed out back in the RV. Summer of '99, I was working for Kegel at that time in the old Kegel Training Center, and went up there and met Dana. Bowled there on a weekend. I think Jason Couch won that regional. He bowled great. I think he won it with a plastic ball.
Oh, Jesus.
I think he pulled it out the last 3 games, shot 830 in qualifying, and then ran away and hit.
Well, if anybody's going to do that with a plastic ball, I would think it'd be him.
Plus,
for
that was
sure.
20 years ago when he could lean on it a little when he was a young boy. You know, he could flat get it back then in his early 30s. You know.
Him and my father. My father tells me stories about how
I
they used
know
to go
your
way
father.
back.
Russ. I know Russ. I know Russ Hausman. I met him. I'm trying to think where, but I know him. I see him. I know I met him.
I wish I could pull a picture of him up on Facebook somewhere.
Did he own a pro shop?
He owned several pro shops.
That's how I met him.
He owned Galaxy Pro Shop in Galaxy West.
Yeah.
Before I want to say he sold it to Brian Brazeau that's in there now.
Okay.
But we're going back 20 years or so.
Yeah.
And he owned the one at Galaxy. Well, I don't call it Galaxy Central. AMF Central. I believe after they closed that down, it became a library, and now I think it's something for the VA.
Yeah.
In Ocala.
Yeah.
And Jeff Eden still owns the one at East.
Jeff Edens. I know Jeff Edens. I've been friends with Jeff Edens 40 years.
God bless him. That's Father Time right there. He's been there forever.
I like Jeff Edens.
Yep,
Originally
great
out of the
guy.
Carolinas, North or South Carolina.
Yep.
He's a young man. Bowled the PBA tour when he was a kid. I know Jeff.
But he ended up selling those shops and went over into the villages. I believe he went to Spanish Springs for about a year or so.
Okay.
And then he wanted to spend more time with me, honestly, at some point, from what I can remember. It's been a while. We're going back 15, 20 years ago.
Yep.
And he went over to, at the time, was Mariner Lanes. Got a fan
That's
waving to you.
Mariner Lanes
It's Strike City now.
was owned by Edie Joe Neal.
Yep, that's
And
where
Edie
that's
Joe-
where Russ used to work under.
Edie Joe used to own 721 lanes, Sunset Lanes in Miami.
Really?
Yes, and then when she closed it, she brought those lanes up to Mariner. Those lanes came from Miami and went into that building.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
yes. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, we got a nice group of people on tonight. We want to thank all of you again
Absolutely.
for joining us here at Lightning, everybody. Want to thank you. Very nice group.
So the way you got this working tonight, if somebody shoots 300 or 800, they're getting a 2-day.
Yes, and the way we do it is I watch the scores, and as we get about halfway in, we start to see with handicap exactly what's going on, and then I'll go close up. Like if somebody's on 9 and 10 with a shot, well, we'll get right down on them, and we'll watch their scoring.
Like Gary here, bowling on Steve
Gary
Garcia's
Seitz,
pair.
yeah. Gary Seitz, whoops, that's a Brooklyn. And of course, we'll go down the line and watch them. But we start off with the big screens so we get an idea who's striking. We'll do the same thing Saturday when we watch qualifying, and it's going to be fun. I didn't realize they bowl 8 games. And then a five-man step ladder. That's quite a test.
Yeah,
it's a good test too. It's
absolutely. And we'll be here. We're going to put the step ladder probably on 19 and 20.
Great.
We like to skip a pair and leave a pair wide open, fresh.
Right.
Because nobody likes to bowl on the burn, especially on something where I think they're going to be kind of in a little bit.
I agree. Let them bowl fresh on that on the 5-man.
Yep.
That's what we do. For most of our events, we do that. The bowlers like that.
Put them on fresh, and everyone's happy.
Yep.
You know.
Anyways, we got a full house tonight. Look how it filled up, huh?
That's amazing.
Very popular league.
And I'll be honest with you, I've been to a lot of bowling centers in my life, and I'd have to say this is probably the nicest bowling center I've been to.
Robert Eddy is a visionary, and what he did is he saw a place. This was foreclosed on. The chains were coming. It was either going to be a warehouse or an auto lot.
That's what I hear.
And he just said, no, it isn't. I'm going to keep it going, and he did. And I got to be honest with you, that's the main reason I came to work here. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it happen. Right. I wanted to see an old dungeon ready to get torn down, come back to life, and I did see it. And it is amazing that I watched it. I watched it from day one. He bought it April 1st of 2019. I started a month later. So I've watched it from day one, literally, since he bought it. Just an amazing reclamation project, restoration, beautiful. Bowlers happy, good food, lit up beautifully, clean. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's truly breathtaking. Like I've seen the Beef and Barnesy show.
Yep.
I've seen a few weeks back Chris Barnes talking about how he was bowling in the PBA 50 here and stuff like that.
Yep.
And he was actually here, I believe. Was there a regional here before the 50?
There was a non-champions event here, and then there was Robert's 2 scratch events. Chris Barnes bowled the February event.
That's what I was seeing in the video clip.
And he came here with Stu Williams.
Yep.
He did not bowl the March event. That's the one Stouffer won where he beat Chris Polizzi.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course your tournament is the next scratch event. But a month ago, that's when Stouffer beat Polizzi, and 2 months ago, that's when who won that event 2 months ago? That's the one where Stouffer beat Polizzi in that event.
Was that 2 months ago?
Yes.
Or that was at the $5,000 one you had last month?
No, Stouffer won the 5,000. Who beat Polizzi? I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
I'll message him.
I lost it for a minute. Hi, Elaine. Stouffer beat Polizzi. Who beat Polizzi? No, I don't know.
Well, I just messaged him on Facebook. He's one of the 2 bowling coaches that I use to help my game, which needs a ton of help, by the way.
Oh, that's right, Maldonado.
Sean Maldonado, okay.
Yes, that's Maldonado one. Thank you, Cooper.
Okay.
Cooper
I'm sure I'll
always,
get a
Cooper
message
always
here.
helps me. Cooper's from Oregon. I needed Oregon information to help me here in Fort Myers, just for the record. Oregon helping Florida, thank you.
But yeah, just looking at this house is just absolutely breathtaking.
Check it out. Yeah, I like that. You can use your cell phone. In fact, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and use your cell phone.
It's always an honor.
I want to watch you do that. See, I'm watching you scan the house now for all your friends. Pretty cool.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yep.
From up here, we get a bird's eye view. There we are. Look, little blare. The phone. Hold the phone up a little bit. See, it doesn't come in too clear though.
A little bit.
Back it up a little towards you and see if it'll come in a little better. No,
That might just be the lighting.
That
on
happens on cell phones here. My cell phone did the same thing. And we will start to see strings now, so keep in mind, when we see bowlers running them up, we're going to get on them, right on top of them, and watch them.
Well, you guys have seen enough people shoot 300 and 800 this year, I would
Oh,
imagine.
this place has been bombed.
It could very well happen tonight.
Yeah, it could happen tonight with the handicap, no doubt about it. 220 wins.
Oh, so you do it with handicap?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's how we
Okay.
got 220.
Okay.
We've
I
had-
thought you meant scratch. I was
We've had,
like, wow, that's a
we've
great
had
ball.
some bowlers shoot 235 to get 70 pins a game. They got a 305 up there, and they're 150 average
I
bowlers.
tell you, I wish I could get 70 pins a game.
I mean, it's amazing to watch it. Well, we've all watched it. Many of these viewers on with me now have watched it, week in and week out. A lot of regulars on. Bill Plunkett. Mary's watching tonight. Some of your friends are on. Kind of neat.
Yeah, my cousin Eddie's on there somewhere. He's always got something smart to say just to mess with me a little bit, really. But yeah, it's good. I've got some of my fans on there. Some of your fans are on there.
Now let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Your rules, you don't have a tournament minimum average. In other words, anybody can bowl. I mean, if they come in at 180, they're not going to win. But
Anybody can come in, sanctioned, unsanctioned. It doesn't matter to me because it's a
Okay.
scratch tournament. We don't
okay.
worry about
Now
anything.
you don't ban anybody. In other words, anyone can bowl.
Right.
Okay. Now it's the Williams up there, Walter Ray.
That is Walter Ray. That is the GOAT himself.
So the GOAT. Let's see if we can find the banner.
Go further
Right there. So right there, Walter Ray Williams on 33-4 is a champion right there in one of your events.
Yes, sir.
There it is, 35
He
and
actually
6.
went over at Dana Henson's house, Orange Bowl over in Lakeland.
And when you saw Walter Ray Williams bowling one of your events, what did it feel like?
Well,
That's an interesting question, isn't it?
to me, I was kind of blown away by it to see him walk in the door. He
Yeah.
actually he bowled my Masters event, and I was blown away by that. And I'm like, well, a great white shark like that coming in here to a field full of minnows, or
Yeah.
mostly minnows. It's cool to see that. But I said to myself, I'd love to see him come to one of my regular
he did.
tournaments. The next month he came out, and he's been nothing but awesome to me. Like, me and him, we get along very well. I message him once a month, ask him, if he'll be out at the event. And he's, of course, naturally, he's busy on the senior tour and stuff
Yes.
like that. And I get that.
John Rakowski was banned by the TAT in Las Vegas. Cooper Gates just brought that up. He won in 2015 and 17, and they banned him and told him don't come back until you're 60. They banned him at 47.
Wow.
And that's why I asked, because every once in a while you'll hear of it. But I'm glad you let anybody bowl. There's a lot of people that would like to beat Walter Ray Williams.
Of course.
I mean, can you imagine
I mean,
somebody
from
bowling him?
anybody that's like 35 and up, that's your dream, is to beat the GOAT.
Why not?
You know?
If I was bowling right now, I bowled him in a match play in a PBA regional. I went 0 for 2. I lost in the top 16-man finals to him, made the step ladder, and lost to him in the step ladder.
Yeah.
But my goal was to beat him.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I bowled youth league at Manatee Lanes or Sportsman's Bowl and
Yeah.
back in Inverness.
Yeah.
And I'd be getting up there, and I need like all 3 in a 10th. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Corey Housman sets up, needs the next 3 in a row to beat Walter Ray for the World Championship.
Yeah.
It's a childhood dream to beat guys like that.
I'm glad you do that. Good for you.
Walter Ray, Jason Couch, Brian Voss. Brian Voss is probably my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
But I mean, to have Walter, when he walked in to Orange Bowl, my face lit up. I'm like, wow.
You gotta go, wow.
The GOAT is coming to my event.
He's bowling
I must
in
be doing
your event.
something right. There must be something good going on here to draw his attention.
The man that is compared to Earl Anthony bowling in your event as the greatest bowler that ever lived, which
Absolutely.
is wonderful.
Yep.
What an honor that is for you to be able to say that. Not many people can say that,
No,
that's a fact.
But I tell you, I've seen Walter, though. Walter is, in my opinion, he's a true grinder. That man will bowl anything
Oh, I know.
for any amount of money.
I know.
And it's like, I've seen him go to handicap tournaments with his sweetheart of a wife, Fancy. I've met her once or twice.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
I've seen him go to Spring Hill Lanes and bowl with his wife. And they bowl in a handicap tournament. And I'm like, I would never expect to see someone of his stature to come out to a handicap tournament, but God bless him, he
He's
does.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I find? That he never burned out. I watched him 40 years ago in his first event in L.A., and it's 40 years later, and he's still as intense as ever.
Yeah.
I watched him win that senior stop here. Let me tell you what, you talk about intensity 2 weeks ago, last weekend that is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable the intensity level that he had. And the focus.
Yeah.
And Chris Barnes bowled your Oakfield event.
Yeah, Chris did bowl. Chris did bowl the Oakfield
James
event.
just, wow, you've had some horses, man.
I've had of national touring stars. Well, Walter Ray's one we've talked about.
Yeah.
Christian Iscona is one of my champions as well.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. He's coming into his own.
I'll tell you what, he's one of the greatest guys out here.
I know Christian. I like him. I've met him. He's a wonderful man.
Yep.
Wonderful man.
Dom Barrett bowled my event in February. Was at Pin Chasers East Pasco.
Yeah.
Chris Barnes bowled my event. That same event at Oakfield, Martin Larson came out and bowled that event. And, you know, of course, Tom Dougherty lives in the Central Florida area here.
Yeah.
He's been to 2 or 3 of my events. I'd say 3. You know, I know he's a very
great.
busy man.
What a bowler. My God, is he fantastic.
Unreal. I've never been able to comprehend how anybody can balance the ball the way he does on his forearm
He's
like
strong.
that.
He's 45. He's in fantastic shape. I mean, physically, mentally, he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is a great player, and I'm glad he had a dream come true this year.
Yep.
He's got a dream year now.
Yep.
You know, best year ever as a pro, and now 2-time champion in 5 days. I mean, that alone is scary. And was second in the doubles. Could have won 3 titles in a 2-week period.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
I don't either. I never heard of that.
I know from what I've been told by numerous people, the only person to ever win any PBA events back-to-back-to-back weeks was my dad, Russ Hausman.
Really?
They were regionals. They weren't nationals, but they were regional titles.
Really?
If he was on the live feed somewhere here, I'm sure he's listening in, but...
I didn't realize that.
Yep, he had 3 weeks in a row. He only won 4 in his career.
He won 3 regionals in a row?
3 regionals in a
Oh,
row.
that's crazy.
And that was back in the late 80s, early 90s. You know, now they're doing regionals once a month, maybe twice a month, and they take a month off. That was back when they were traveling 36, 40 weeks out of the year.
He had to be a hell of a bowler to do that. You can't back into that. That is impossible. You might get lucky. Something might happen. The luck of the draw. You carry a few hits and you win one. When you beat him 3 weeks in a row,
I remember growing up reading the newspaper article that he has. Speaking of devil, he's listening right now.
Is he listening to you?
Are you listening? Are you listening to the live feed? We're talking about you on Lightning Stream television right now.
Here, wait a minute. I'm going to put the camera on you.
We're talking about
the camera on you talking to your
3
dad.
title runs, your 3 straight regionals. Where were those at? Havelock, North Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina. And Hudson Bowl. All right, I will call you back, but we're going to talk more on that. All right, bye.
That's serious. 2 in Carolinas and Hudson Bowl when Ron Woods owned Hudson Bowl, right?
Yep. I believe he did, yeah.
I won an SBA there.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I won an SBA there in 2000. Parked my RV there. Ron let me park there. And long time ago, I bowled very well there. Well, had a good tournament there. And many a moon ago when I was young, I could still bowl a little bit at 50. Now it's a little too late. But I had a little run where I won a tournament there in my life.
I believe the other event, because he had, like I said, he had 4 regionals. The other event that he had, I forget where I want to say it was at Orange Bowl, and I think I could be wrong.
Now let's watch Elaine Mcdougall right here. Now watch this,
Who do
folks.
we got?
Okay, she's got 5 in a row on lane 9 with 48 pins handicap. So she's at a 287 pace right now. So Elaine Mcdougall on lane 9 has a shot at a 2-day Audi. So we're going to go up the line now and watch. Now TJ Williams, it looks like, has a chance as well, if that is TJ.
This gentleman.
No, that. Okay, so that's not TJ.
Over here. Whoever DA is has front 5.
That's Davion Swiney getting 10, so he needs 11 in a row to get the car. So let's watch him throw this one. He needs at least 290. The only way that's going to happen is 11 in a row. So let's watch Davion make a shot, and we'll go right up the ladder here. There's my friend Joe Panko on. Hello, Joe. Welcome aboard.
Hit.
Swiney, week 10, good shot. Now let's look here. Not a lot here. Let's keep going. But there's some strikes now. Okay. Will Butler getting 23 coming up. Again, we want to thank you all for joining us.
Absolutely.
Sitting here with Corey Hausman, the founder, the man who founded the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour. And this week they're going to be bowling here. 1,500 added. We're expecting 100 entries. We're up to 60 already today. We have a sweeper Friday night starting at 7. 8 games Saturday on a very unique pattern. And then a step ladder. Lots of action Saturday. We start, when do you start competition Saturday?
12 noon.
So we'll be on the air probably around a quarter after 11 Saturday.
Joe Panko, yes, big Braves fan. Go Braves. See his comment over.
That was out the window there. Let's check here now and see what we got. Now, oh, look at this. Whoever Britt is, ladies and gentlemen, 5 in a row with 55 pins of handicap. And look at Stacy. Look at STA. 59 pins handicap with 6 in a row. Already over 300 pace right there. 49 and 59 is 308. So we're going to stay right here on 25 and 6. It looks like we've got action right here for car wins. Action at Lightning Strikes.
Forgive me, I'm stuffing my face with this awesome food.
You're allowed to eat. I eat in this booth all the time. And we like to promote our food, and that's how we do it.
I tell you, Robert Eddy with his food. This is, I haven't even tried the hot dog.
This is good food, bro.
I'm going to try the hot dog.
Once you taste that hot dog, you won't believe how good it is.
Really?
Delicious food here.
A half-pound hot dog.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often.
Joe, this young man's got it down, Joe. This young man, Corey, his dad, a great bowler in his day, 4-time regional winner, pro shop operator, and this man following in the footsteps of his dad, promoting events, father and son involved in bowling, wonderful to see. Same as me and my son, Michael, involved in the sport of bowling all our lives. House Brown looking good. All right, who's coming up behind him now?
Let me tell you, that's a 5-star hot dog, Larry.
That is a 5. I order that a lot, you know. I like them well done with onions and peppers.
A foot-long, half-pound hot dog. You don't see stuff like that around here. Not in a bowling center, at least.
Now we're going to watch Brittany right now. She's getting 55 pins handicap. Hold it. Get over there. Yes. Check her out. Now she's got 6 in a row, so she's at a 304 pace. Oh, that's Star. I don't know if Star has enough games in the league. I don't know. Get over. Oh, look at this. Star with 7 in a row saying thank you. I'll have to find out if she's got enough, but she's well over a 300 pace now. Back to lane 9, Elaine Mcdougall in the hunt for a car. Her husband watching tonight, Mark. See what we got here. And here. Mark's happy. Mark's rooting for Elaine. Mark's babysitting and Elaine's bowling with it. That's a switch. watch Elaine shortly.
Now let me ask you this: is this
Go
your
ahead.
setup?
No,
or
this is
just the
Robert's.
house's setup.
This was started by Tom Halota, who's Robert Eddy's director of operations. We started with 2 cameras and a monitor in the fall of 2019, and it evolved to 16 cameras and probably a few more that are going to get installed. And
I'm gonna say you have them on damn near every other pair.
well, it's just an amazing commitment by a man that just decided he wanted to do things differently than most proprietors, and he does.
I tell you, I haven't met him yet, but hope he's going to be here Saturday. He'll be here Saturday. I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah, he'll probably bowl.
I would
He
love
likes
to
to
meet
bowl. He's a good bowler. He's one of these guys. He'd love to bowl well in one of these events. He can average 190. He's a decent bowler. He's not terrible.
I tell you, these events, like especially mine, I've noticed that the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour seems to attract a very talented field of bowlers on a regular basis.
Yeah. Now let's watch Elaine. Hold it. Oh boy, she got lucky there. So she's still over 300 now. No, she's 49 and 48. Okay, she's at a 297 pace. So she needs to get a double in there somewhere to get the car.
Now it's not 1 car per night; it's whoever wins it gets it.
You could win 4 2-day usages in one night. 300, 300, 300, over 800. There are people that have won 3 in one night. Got 6 days of usages in one 3-game set.
God bless.
Yes, it's an amazing promotion. Very amazing and fun to watch when somebody does it.
Larry, I just heard from Chris Polizzi.
Yes.
He said Stouffer is the one that beat him in the final
Stouffer
match.
beat him.
It was Stouffer. I
Yes.
asked him if maybe it was Maldonado at another event.
Maldonado was the month before. He beat Stu Williams.
Okay.
That's
That's what it
that's
was.
the one that I missed.
Okay.
Chris bowled great that day. If his thumb doesn't give out, he'd give Stouffer a run for his money. Once that thumb started bleeding, he just,
Polizzi's a fighter, man.
Oh,
Like,
he
he's-
bowled great, and once that thumb started bleeding, I understand. I bowled for a living. When your thumb bleeds, it's not an easy game.
Yeah.
You feel that pain, the blood's coming out, and it's not easy.
Yeah, I asked my dad, I said, so, who's in the tournament right now? Who's leading? I asked him over the phone. He's like, Polizzi's bowling Stouffer for the championship. He's like, yeah, and then 20 minutes later, he's like, Polizzi lost, he blew his thumb out. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I messaged Chris, and he's like, I hurt my thumb, and this and that.
He still fought. He fought for every pin. He never gave up. Tried his heart out. And that's all you can do. Just be a fighter.
Chris's day's coming. I believe he's got at least one. I know he's got at least one region. I think maybe it's 2. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's a good bowler. He can win.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Oh, he can win. There's no doubt in my mind he can win.
His day's coming. He bowls my tournaments. He hasn't won one of my events yet, but he's always in the cash. He's always in it. Always. I don't think he's ever not been in the cash. What about 16 over here?
We're going to come back. We're looking now.
Okay.
There are several people that have shots at it, but we're going to just stay right here now and watch a little bit.
Which one are we watching here? We're watching.
We're going to watch right here Scott White Leather, and Scott's still got a chance at 280 and 27. So keep in mind now, Scott needs a triple for a car. Now we're going to come back here. Elaine has a chance let's go here and look. Scott. Okay, so we know Elaine and Scott have a chance for cars. Gotta keep looking down the line here. Chris on lane 31 has a shot. If he strikes out for 290, he's getting 12. So he has a shot. And the bowler right behind him has a shot. Oh, yes. Jam right behind him. That's Jamar Battle.
Hit.
No, got it in. So that's the end of that. Let's check here. Now, Britt's got to make this spare. She's at over a 300 pace now. Does not want to miss the... Oops. That was not good. See, she just rushed it there. Okay, so, let's see. 37. Yeah, she's going to need a double now, I believe. But she definitely has a chance at it. Yes, Gilbert, the kiss. The Larry kiss still works. I've got 2 more weeks. I've got 2 more weeks to make sure the kiss stays intact. Gonna watch Elaine now.
Look at the baby giraffe carry the light mixer.
The baby giraffe is Mark Pulaski Jr. The baby giraffe.
And the baby giraffe is also the newest Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour champion.
The baby giraffe.
He won last weekend.
Did he really?
At where were we at? We were at Pin Chasers Midtown.
He won last weekend.
Yep.
Really? Who'd he beat?
He beat. Matter of fact, he beat Verity Crawley.
He beat Verity Crowley?
Yes.
Oh my God. That had to be exciting.
That's a tall order to do right
and
there.
she's back in the country, obviously. Was that her first tournament since she came back?
I don't believe so. I think she bowled a couple of other local events.
Yeah.
I would think that's probably her first bigger scratch event.
Verity's great. What a bowler. What a wonderful lady. I've had her in the booth.
I believe it's this weekend the women's tour starts back up.
Thank
I
God.
don't know if we're going to see her.
That's okay. I'm sure she's ready.
Absolutely.
I would love for her to win a women's stop. What a wonderful lady.
Well, I hear over where she was at overseas that the bowling alleys are still closed down due to COVID.
Oh, I know.
So she was doing, I see all her videos online and her practice drills in the hallway of her house and stuff like that. And it's
So Mark Pulaski beat Verity Crowley. I did not know he bowled her last weekend.
Yep,
Wow.
Mark ended up winning the tournament. Mark's got it hasn't been shipped to me yet. It should be here. I'm thinking Thursday night and Friday morning. I'll get it cut. His banner.
He'll have his banner up.
We normally allow our champions to have a choice of 2 colors, the background color and the letter color.
Right.
But I've currently learned with the company that we use online that makes the banners for us.
Yes.
We've learned that we can use pretty much any kind of a background pattern we want. We can take a picture, make it fit and stuff like that. So fitting for the baby giraffe.
Yeah.
He has a banner with black letters going down. It says Pulaski Jr.
And orange?
And he has a giraffe pattern background.
Oh, a giraffe pattern. That's funny.
And he also bought a custom shirt from a local shop, I guess, around here where he lives.
Yeah.
A local company made him a #baby giraffe shirt.
That's wonderful.
That matches the banner. I think that's great.
That is great.
So we're going to start, since we've done that, we're going to start offering that for all of our other bowlers as well. Any new champions that come up, or some of these banners are starting to get worn out, I'm going to allow those current champions, if they want to change something
If they want to change them.
they can change it. Like Christian is Kona's banner. That's been there since the beginning of time.
All right, now look at White Leather now. White Leather needs one more, folks, for a car. Now, he has struggled a few times in the league. I'm not giving him the kiss tonight. Come on, Scott White Leather. Get this strike now. This gets him a car.
And he's on which pair? He's
Right
on,
here on 15 and 16.
Right over here, okay.
Right here. He needs this strike for a 2-day Audi.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. And here we go. That looks good. Come on, Scott White Leather. Hurry. Yeah!
Yes, sir.
He finally did it. Check him out. Now we know that's going to be about a 307. So right out of the chute, it's also got an excellent shot at 800. with a 307 start. So that's at least one car in game one. We know Chris Ubik's got a chance on 21 and 22 for a car. So White Leather's going to keep this ball on the lane. Scott, do not throw it in the drink, whatever you do. He needs 3 pins for a car. And that's enough. And that's all you need, brother. Yes, sir, you'll take it. All right, so White Leather in the house now. Let's watch Elaine now coming up. Let's watch that score, Corey, when you see it come up here. Watch this. Should be a 306. Let's see. Here it is, 306. It's a car.
306.
That's a 2-dayer.
Scott gets a 2-dayer. That's right.
Now, Elaine Mcdougall did double. So Elaine Mcdougall is in the hunt on 9 and 10 with her husband watching at home with the babies. And we're going to go up the ladder here. Now, keep in mind, Chris Ubik right here coming up shortly. We'll come back to him on 21 through 24. Elaine Mcdougall. Oh, there's a 315. Check this out. Look. There's a 315 on lane 27. That's 2 cars tonight in game one. How about that? 305, 315. So that's 2 wins already. Now, the last few weeks, they've been a little tough. Tonight, we've got 3 wins already, and Elaine is going to be coming up now. And her husband's home watching.
So how often do we get a scratch 800 in the house on league?
We've had a lot of scratch 800s. David Stouffer's got a lot. Tyler Altman a lot.
So I'll say this. Tonight for this league,
Yes.
if anybody shoots a scratch 800,
Yes.
Florida Scratch Bowler Store will give them a free entry for Saturday.
Really?
We will do that.
If anybody
I will do
shoots
that.
800 tonight in league, that is very nice.
Anybody who shoots a scratch 800 or a scratch 300, the first person to do either or.
That's really nice. Very nice. Thank you.
It's all about giving back to the bowlers.
It is. And they appreciate it.
Of
And when the word gets out, believe me, they're extremely loyal. We found that out here. We started giving them a little this, a little that. Next thing you know, we got a full house. It works.
Right.
It really does. It really works.
All the average league bowler or tournament bowler, anyone who bowls
Come
for
on.
something other than just going out and having a couple of drinks and getting away from life, anybody who takes bowling on a competitive level,
Yeah.
they just want to be appreciated.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Now watch Elaine. She's got to make this spare for a car. She struck it was automatic. She needs this spare for a car. Not the easiest spare. She's got to cross some
I
oil.
can't tell you how many times I leave that 3-pin sitting
Oh,
there. and
I
miss it
know.
right.
I know. Here we go now. Let's make. I don't want to see her open a 10th to miss. That's heartbreaking. Oh, did she get a
she covered
break
it.
there? Look at her. She's laughing. I don't blame her. That was a bonus. I mean, that was a going away, baby. That ball was moving left. She needs 6 pins for the 3rd car of the night. And Chris Ubik, ladies and gentlemen, on 21 and 2 got it, shooting 290. So that's 4 in game 1 if Elaine gets 6 pins here. And that's 6 pins. There it is,
It
folks.
looks just like it.
Oh, yeah. So there it is,
10 in
Elaine.
the pit.
304, and Chris Ubik here, watch this, 302. 4 cars in game 1. This could be a monster tonight. Carrie Lynn saying thank you. Carry on saying thank you for that entry. Very nice.
No problem, guys. By any means, whatever we got to do for the bowlers to make them happy,
Steve
to
Brissett
keep
on
bowling
from-
alive, let's do it.
From Ontario. Welcome aboard, Steve. Glad you joined us. You're watching the Audi of Fort Myers Mixed. Anybody bowls 300 or 800 with handicap, they get a 2-day usage of a brand new Audi, Elaine Mcdougall right here on 9 and 10 with a 304. Can go in there and get one. And of course, let's look down the line now. And if you look right here, Chris Ubik with 290, 302. He's got a car. That's 2. A 315 here on 27 is 3 from Stacy. Is 3 cars. So right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, about $300,000 worth of cars going out for a couple of.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
For a weekend stroll.
It's David Forbes, bowling's great friend.
Is he here tonight?
No.
Oh, he's not here
David's
tonight.
not here.
There's the man.
Oh, now here he is.
Mr. Corey?
Now
I'm giving it away.
How are you, sir?
Now the great David Stouffer.
Here I am.
Come on in here a little bit.
You got me for a
Now
couple
you won
frames.
your 7th, your 7th Proprietors Championship.
Yes.
Your 3rd win in 3 months. You won Corey's, won the Eddie Foods, and this one. 3
Yeah.
wins in 3 months.
The first one to do it back-to-back in the proprietors.
And I don't want to ask you how much you won, but I want to ask you another question. What's it like?
It's a hot streak.
You're on some roll, baby.
It's a hot streak.
I mean,
When the arm swing's good, you got to
it
keep
ain't
going
that
with
easy.
it, right?
It's not that easy to keep traveling and winning. So when you won his tournament, what was that, Tavares?
We were in Tavares.
Lakeside.
And
Yeah,
then-
Lakeside
you-
Lanes.
So you win in Tavares, you win in Port Charlotte, you win here.
Yeah.
3 different centers.
Yeah.
3 strong fields, scratch fields.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
I love how he's all nonchalant.
Got an
Sure, yeah, sure.
You got,
Just
you got
keep
1,000?
going. Well, you got to believe, right?
Of course.
You got an extra
if
1,000
you don't
you
think you're
don't
going to
need?
win, why are you going to get in?
Yeah. Well, you
know?
think win.
I got a backer that believes in me. I got a strong support system.
It's funny you say it like that. I seen a video on YouTube, and people can go look this up. I'm gonna plug him here. David O'Sullivan, a video of him from many years ago, from when he was younger bowling on tour, and he said something along the lines of, if you don't believe that you're the best, why even go out there?
Yeah, what's the point?
Exactly, and I thought about that, and I strive to try and get my game better. Of course, I do lessons and gear and stuff like that. I do everything I can to push my game.
So
I need a lot more.
what we try to explain to people, like if you're coaching them or whatever, like Ricky Wardy's always said, you know, it doesn't matter who it is that your opponent is or who the field is.
That's right.
You're not bowling the
It's
field.
you against the pins.
You're bowling exactly what's in front of you. What's
bowling
it matter
the-
what they're doing?
No, I
It
agree.
doesn't.
It's an offensive game. There's no defense.
Yeah, no,
It's
you
you
can't
against
tackle
the
the
pins.
person on the lanes.
That's
I mean,
right.
even though you like to on some of these guys, but
yeah.
but literally, I mean, you just if you
Yeah,
do your job and
absolutely.
you do it correctly, they're not going to be able to keep up with you if you're doing it correctly and you're performing.
Your mindset in the last 3 months.
It's
not
clear.
that easy
No,
to go
it's
into
clear.
3 different centers, 120 miles apart and knock them out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Not that easy. I'm sorry.
But I mean, when the arm swing's good and the head is clear and things are going kind of okay or good on the side of good,
Yeah.
then you keep bowling. I mean,
Now you beat Lee
Yeah.
Radchin, right, this weekend?
Yeah, I did.
Did the
Yeah.
game before you? Did he bowl 289?
yes, he did.
Then he bowled 162 against you?
Yeah.
What did you do to him? Did you
So-
hit him with a hammer?
Well, not for nothing, but if you're going to bowl somebody, why wouldn't you want to bowl somebody that just got done shooting 300?
Exactly.
Where are they going to go?
Well, there's a letdown.
They can't go better.
Higher.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
they
Right.
go higher.
But I was shocked 289, 160.
Yeah.
And what'd
Yeah.
you shoot?
I shot 203.
So you shot 203. You could have easily lost if he had anything going.
Sure. No, absolutely. I think so there was a couple shots that he threw with the 2.0 when he got inside. It just went like plaque 10.
Yeah.
And I think he had a feeling knowing that like 2.0 wasn't going to win. So he had to make a
Started gambling
drastic
little bit.
move.
Started to do some things.
He did miss one at the bottom on the left lane when he washed out. And I think that was the
302,
deciding
Chris
factor.
Hubert. I
And
got
that let me make a decision between Bruce and I that we were talking like I needed to make a ball change because my ball was hitting like a turn. So I went to the Damn Good Verge, and all of a sudden I found a 3-bagger.
That's a
And
bonus.
that-
203
yeah.
win. That's a
When
bonus.
I mean, when you get a chance to make a ball change that it's really not going to hurt you, hoping that you can make a spare and still stay even in the match to kind of get a look, that's an advantage to any bowler.
He gave you a free experiment.
Yeah, a free experiment.
You
That's
got
a
a
good way
free
to put
experiment.
it. Yeah.
Well, you know, if you go to the well that much, you're gonna get a game here and there where you win where maybe you shouldn't.
Sure.
But if you keep knocking at the door like that,
Yeah, you're going to get one eventually.
2-0 can win.
Yeah.
2-0 can win.
And I got one.
Yeah.
I took advantage of this
2-0
one, and
can
I got
win.
one.
What was first place?
It was like 1,300, 1,400.
And Calcutta?
2,500?
So that's 38. And then 2 weeks ago, 5,000.
Yeah.
88.
Yeah.
And in his tournament.
Yeah.
Now can I ask you the question I've been wanting to ask
You can do numbers,
I want
Larry.
to borrow some money for a new rug. Lend me 1,000.
And now
for-
we got Corey here this weekend.
Corey's great.
Coming to the
Corey's
team.
been with me for an hour. He's telling us his story about his dad. His dad was a great bowler. Won 3 regionals in a row. His father, Russ.
That's tough.
In 3.
My God.
3 in a row.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
was, I was telling Larry, that was in a time where, you do regionals now. You got maybe 1 in May, 1 in June, maybe 2 in July, then maybe 1
Sure.
in October.
Yeah.
That was back when you were going 2nd week of March, 3rd week of March, 4th week of March, 1st week of April, every week.
Yeah.
Where he was out on the road, he'd run his pro shops Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off to go to the regionals, whether it was Simpsonville, South Carolina, or Hudson Bowl, where Hudson Bowl used to be up a little north of here. He won when he won his 3 regionals in a row.
Yeah.
I remember reading the newspaper articles that he had clipped, and he had quoted himself saying something along the lines of, when somebody wins a regional, they say, could be lucky. I've never
Yeah,
heard
the,
of it before.
the first one, what happens when you get the second one?
The second one, man, he's
It's-
red
it's-
hot.
it's
The third
a-
one in a row, they're like,
It's
who's this
May-
guy?
Maybe it's the real
I've never
deal.
heard of that. I've never heard
I'll be
of
right
3
back.
in a
I'm
row.
getting yelled at.
I've never heard of that.
Go, but hey, ball 300 or an 800 scratch tonight, and I'll give you free entry. You got to be the first to do it.
Knowing him, he'll do it.
Yeah,
He's
if
just-
anyone's got a shot at doing it tonight, it'd be him for sure.
Anyways, we've had 4 winners that we know of in game 1, so that's the biggest start we've had in a few weeks. 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Corey's going to get ready to roll in 5, folks. He's got 3 hours of driving up to Inverness. That's a long ride, bro. But we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. And
Thank you for having me.
oh, are you kidding? We're excited. We love it. You've done a great job. Obviously, I can see your intensity and your love. I mean, I can see your passion. I've only known you 3 hours, but I see it. I'm dead serious too. I mean, it's for a young man to take over. There's David Forbes, the general
Mr.
manager of
Forbes.
Audi of Fort Myers. There he is, our
He's coming
dear
to
friend.
hand out the Audis right now.
Oh, they love him.
He's suit and tie, ready to go.
Oh, he's suit and tie.
Excuse me. Don't worry, I already had it a long time ago.
I got my shots.
Oh, you got your shots?
I got mine on the 1st and the 29th of March, thank God.
I heard they say even if you get the shots, it's still not 100%. You believe
Oh,
that?
I know.
Want to bite of the hot dog?
No, I
Go
don't.
ahead.
So I just will say, like, I've known Corey for probably I've probably known you for four or 5 events now.
Yep.
Right?
Here, come on, scooch in.
Come on in here, Dave.
So
Oh,
just
doing the chair shuffle.
no, I know
Hard
this,
for a
this is the
300
last
pounder
one, but I
to
just
do
want to say, like, I know a little bit of his back history and some crap that went on with him. Okay, so like I just want to let the bowlers appreciate the time that you put in
I do.
on behalf of them.
Yeah.
We thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, we thank you seriously.
Well, this man just
There's
drove
not-
7 hours to hang banners. 7 hours
Sure,
for Inverness to hang
absolutely.
banners.
For no reason. And he's
Did
going to
not-
go back.
Did not have to do that.
Yeah, and he's going to come back here by Friday
I
night
see
or
that,
Saturday morning.
that's
I'm bowling a
fast.
sweeper.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bowl the sweeper. Y'all get to watch
Cool.
me live. Larry gets to watch me attempt to bowl live.
So it's
It's gonna be fun.
but as Larry, it's good to get recognition. I mean, people should get recognition where it's deserved, and I mean, we thank you. We appreciate
thank you.
it. We think the time that's put in here. Mary Berner is blasting you all over social media.
Mary's-
Thank you,
Mary's
Mary
promoting,
Berner.
Mary's
She's a
on.
sweetheart.
She is on.
She practically lives with the phone glued to her hand.
Oh, yeah,
It'd be
absolutely.
3:30 in the morning. Hey, I got one more for you. Here's her USBC number, and it's like,
Yeah, she does
I'm
great.
trying to go back to sleep.
So, but thanks for what you do
And
for,
you know what?
for the bowlers.
You don't have to thank me. It's me should be thanking you guys, because without the bowlers,
Yeah, if we don't show up,
I get
it.
it wouldn't be possible. I mean, like, I could still have the tournament, but if nobody shows up, what the hell good is it to hang all these banners?
Yeah,
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah, of course.
But, it's just, I want to turn this into something successful. I want to turn this into something that,
You are.
other than the PBA, is something the state of Florida has never seen before, other than when, I was talking
You
earlier
are.
about the low shutter tournaments many years ago.
Just keep it up.
Yeah,
I
just
tried.
keep it up.
We're gonna. Well, I mean, David Forbes. We got a hell of a promoter here, David Forbes.
I hear wonderful things about him.
Dude,
Oh,
he's
he's the
awesome.
He's got 4 Audis to give away tonight, from what I hear.
That's just in game one.
That's just a start. That's just a start.
So what are we up
uh,
to, 224 on the season now?
Over 220, yeah. I figure about 240 by the time it's over, somewhere in there. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's 480 days of free cars with a full tank of gas.
I love Dave.
Yeah, he's something
I
else.
love him.
Phenomenal.
So, but enjoy your time here for a little while. I'm
Thank
gonna
you
go
very
down
much,
there and
brother.
bowl there. Okay.
Appreciate you.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, baby.
I will see you Friday night. You
All
bowling
right,
sweeper
David.
Friday?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations,
Okay, excellent.
David. All right, you're going to roll. You're going to get out of here. I don't blame
Yeah.
you. Got to get up there to Inverness. That's a long ride. What's it, about 240? About 240 up the road.
305.
Is it 305 from here?
Well, I guess it depends on traffic. This time of night, traffic's winding down. I might even make a pit stop at the Hard Rock and play a little baccarat. You never
Well,
know.
you never know. Now that's
might see maybe Sean Riccardi up there, or Matt Mayhew, or Boz. Might see Boz up there.
that's nice. All right.
But yeah, it is a long hike. It really is, and it's just I would have loved to have gotten a hotel here, but we'll
So
save
keep
that
in
money
mind,
for
we'll
Friday.
be on the air Friday night at 6:30. We'll be on the air tomorrow night at 6:30. And Saturday you start at 12, right?
At 12.
We'll be on the air Saturday probably 11:30. So keep in mind, folks, those are
We'll probably do check-in. Check-in officially starts at 11, but if we're set up by 10:30, 10:45, we'll start early for sure.
Yeah.
If we're anticipating you guys, because I haven't been here, so if you guys anticipate 100 entries, we'll be prepared. I'll have my staff ready and raring to go.
I'm anticipating 100. If we're at 60 on Tuesday, 100 all of a sudden looks pretty legitimate.
The record for Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour is 68,
Really?
and that was at Orange Bowl Lanes in
So
Lakeland.
we're 8 short with four days to go, and that's
Yep.
pretty good. Plus announcing like this, people will know we're here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to hit the road, my friend.
All right,
Larry,
Corey.
Pleasure seeing you.
See you Friday evening, my friend.
I'll see you
Pleasure
Friday.
meeting you.
I'm
Thank you
gonna-
so much
I'm
for
gonna
what
try-
you do.
I'm going to try and drag James Franklin down here Friday as well. I believe he might be busy Friday, but I'm going to see if I can't drag him down here. He's in there in the comments somewheres up there. But
Well, you bring James in. We'll sit him in here.
all right, my friend. Thank
All
you
right,
very
drive
much
safe.
for having me. Yes,
My
sir.
pleasure. Drive safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. That's a young promoter right there, folks. That's what we like. People that'll drive, figure 500 miles in one day to hang 20 banners and then go home. Oh, really? I'll hang my banners and go home? I mean, come on. If that isn't a commitment, if people don't recognize what that is, they got to be blind. And I'm dead serious. It's that simple. That is a young man that has a dream of making something great here in Florida, and we're going to do everything we can to help him here at Lightning. All right. 4 wins at least in game one. Dusty Barna and Mary Berner, Steve Rossett. Welcome aboard, Steve. Thank you for joining us tonight. Carrie Lynn, good to see you up there again. Thank you. Gil Willett, we got a nice group. Got about 60 people watching. 3,000 minutes watched already. The giraffe. Jewish. Yo, Hoss, what's up, Hoss?
Come on. 58
What do you-
first game with 2 stone 9s.
Who's trying to... Yes, first 800 would be tough simultaneously, Cooper. Naturally, I didn't think of that when he said it. But what if two people are going into the 10th, and they both need the first strike in the 10th, and they both throw them at the same time? Do we put a stop action, slow motion, see which ball hits the pins first routine, like in baseball, if the foot touched first base or not, right? We don't have that technology, but a very interesting situation could arrive from that. Again, a nice house tonight, as you can see. Check it out, full right across the house. Exciting. Week 35. I can remember week 1 thinking, oh my God, what a long year this is going to be, and it flew by pretty quick since last August. Again, this is a big night, because remember these standings now, pretty much 10 teams have a shot. It's 7 points a night. Obviously, I would say the 3 teams with 36, the team with 38 might have the best chance, but if Thunderstruck got to 48, or Bowlers International got to 47, keep in mind, anything could happen above them. Next week is position round. We have position round at weeks 9, 18, 27, and 36. And Dave Stouffer, what a 3 months he's had. He's made, I don't know, since early March, 12, 13, 14,000 somewhere in 3 events. That's a lot of money at the local level. And not that easy. It's just not that easy to walk in and win, and he's been making it look easy. Obviously the best he's ever bowled in his life. And we're very happy for David. Bree, can I order something from you? We get a flatbread, pepperoni, and onion, please. Okay? Thank you, my dear. All right, had to get a little chow here. Now we're going to watch the bowler behind Scott Whiteleather, who did get a car in game 1. And if you'll notice, the bowler on 14 getting 32 pins on 5 in a row. It's already up to 81 over. This strike here makes it 91 over. Mike Boyd obviously has got to get the first 10 in a 9 count. So he's 4 strikes away from having a shot at it. Nice shot by Boyd. Throwing the ball very well this year, really smooth. And the Pink Hammer carrying a wall shot. There it is. 6 in a row. All of a sudden, there's a shot there. They're 13 and 14, at least 2 cars. And we have it again here with Jamal Battle bowling very well tonight. This one here gets him to 67 over with handicap, so he's in the hunt if he can keep striking. Wow, great shot. Ripped the rack. Flower pot at the 10, week 7. Good shot. Getting my RV, getting ready for my trip. Got some things worked on this past weekend, and I'm going to take the bus on a little ride soon. Got the tow bar on the car, and getting ready to roll. Ray Stevens now in the hunt. If he keeps striking, we got that 10 out of there. So Stevens would need 10 in a row to make it, but he has a shot. And again, over here, we've got strikes. So we've got a lot of people now with an opportunity Boyd's just ended there. He needed 10 in a row. So 279. It's not going to cut it. Stanley Kodashan, Mr. 202. The only person in the world that had got into Guinness's World Book of Records for not bowling a game higher than 202. And that alone, ladies and gentlemen, goes to show you something about Guinness's World Book of Records. Stanley Kodash bowled 8 straight sanctioned 202s. Actually, 8 straight terrible games if you're really looking at it. And somehow got a world record. And the only way you can beat it is to bowl 9 somethings in a row. So good luck. Eight straight 202s. Rick Oberon, hello Rick. Welcome aboard. Joe Norris helped you, huh? I don't think so. I think I've told all of you about the Joe Norris record, one of the greatest records in bowling history. I don't know it exactly, but some of you could look it up. Cooper, you could look this up. But he holds the record for most years in between sanctioned 300 games, and shot his first 300 in 1920, and his second one in 83 or 84. Somewhere 62 to 64 years in between sanctioned 300 games, and quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're going to see that one get beaten. A remarkable, remarkable record. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now he's in the hunt now. He's over 300. If he can shoot 268, he's got 8 in a row. So he has a shot at it right here on 13 and 14. Stanley, you needed 5 to shoot 202? Stanley, that is the worst world record I've ever heard of in my life, Stanley. Who could possibly brag about a high game of 202? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Yes, I just saw that, Cooper. He gave it sign language on that one. I think that's hilarious. 8 straight 202s. I'll tell you what I think is the most fascinating triple of all time. About a year ago or so, and I know I'm right about this, I don't remember exactly when it was. A guy bowled 897 triplicate, folks. Do the math. Try that sometime. That's more impossible than 900 or 898 or 899 because you need 11 in a row 3 times and you get 3 299s. Virtually impossible in today's day and age. That's the record. The highest triple without perfection. And there's only one of those, and there's 34 nines. And there's a lot of 899s too. I mean, 38 nines, and there's many 899s. But 897 with 3 299s, the highest triple without perfection. Now that's a record. Kent Wagner's record, still the only bowler with every game between 290 and 300. And the trick, naturally, for that one is the elusive 292. That's the trick. And he did it. .292. Want to see a really cool picture? Now look at the house. Pretty full air, huh? David Forbes right there with Stopher, right in the middle of the screen there. That's the man watching his league tonight, the Audi League, with the blue coat on or blue shirt on and tie right there, with Stopher and Oswald holding court. Mike Boyd looking good tonight. That game there is going to be about 291, but look at the MA now. He's a lock if he marks. He's a spare in a 10th frame for the car on lane 13 and 14. So we're going to be watching that carefully. And Ray Stevens needs a double for the car. So 9 and 10, 13 and 14 have action. Nine and 10, 13 and 14 with action. And also a shot here on 31 and 2 for a car. So we got 9, 10, 13, 14, 31 and 2. That's not a car win on 34. Those are blind score numbers. I don't know exactly why it's doing that. but there's nobody that's winning cars on that pair. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I got dinner. Ray Stevens still in the hunt. He needs a double. And we'll move it right over to 13 and 14. Ooh, ring and 10, good shot. Jammed it.
With 2 stone 9s, 270 with 1 stone 9. Bowling is fun.
There's young man here. Needs a mark. 9 open, will not make it. He's got to get a spare. That's a great shot. Check this out. All right, look at that. Ripped the rack. Pink hammer hitting like a tank. So now he's automatic. Just needs to keep it on the lane. That's the 5th Audi of the night. So right now we've got a very good amount of Audis going out here in week 35 of this great league. Oh, he carried the 4 forward. How's that? Looked like Tom Doherty. Anytime the pins fall forward now, they're Doherty's. Hold it. That a boy. How about that? That's a real one. I'm 13 and 14. A real 300. We like that. Wonderful. Got a car. And a 300 ring. That's a pretty good night, huh? A car, a ring, a live stream. How can you beat that? Ending game 2 now with at least 5 that we know of. Game 3 ought to be interesting because Manny Gonzalez with his first 300 game, and look at the league. Everybody applauding him. I mean, everybody. Manny Gonzalez. Wonderful to see. Young man with the real deal. Yes, Stanley, it rained quite a bit today. Your Exorcist, welcome aboard. Rained quite a bit. Wanted to do some work on my tow vehicle today, but I couldn't get it dry enough to fool with it. So I'm going to start again in the morning. Getting it ready for my pilgrimage. Joe Banco, yes, the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour is bowling here Saturday. Tournament starts at 12. We'll be on the air at 11:30. 1,500 added money. We got 60 right now. We should have close to 100 by Saturday. Scratch tournament this Saturday. 8 games of qualifying and then a 5 bowler stepladder. Very busy day Saturday. And it's a short oil pattern. And by that last game, who knows where they're going to be standing. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least. Friday night, a sweeper starting at 7, 4-gamer. I doubt that I'm going to be on the air Sunday. I've got a mechanic coming to work on my RV that's saving me thousands, not hundreds. And he's only off 1 day a week. And he saved me last Sunday. If I was lied to, and I could have easily been, they could have said it's $2,000 to fix it. This guy got underneath it and fixed it in 10 minutes, said it was a ground wire. How's that one? That my transmission would not shift. It does now. So I need this man's expertise badly. And Sunday, I've got him. So I doubt that I will be live streaming the 9-pin no tap unless there is a change. I'll know tomorrow night. It's not often you can get a first-class diesel mechanic that's a friend that comes over to your house and saves you a bundle, and then when you offer to pay him, he says, no, it's on me. And big difference between that and 130 an hour. Those older RVs, they need a little attention, and luckily I found a man who bowls here tomorrow night, Joe Smith, helping his friend Larry out. Very grateful to Joe Smith and Jimmy Shirk and Robert Seeley for all helping me get my RV going. We narrowed it down and fixed it. Oh, an honest repair person is the best, Joe. This man bowls here. He's a wonderful man, and he's only off 1 day a week, and I got him. And I felt guilty. I mean, the guy worked all week, and he came over there and got pretty dirty, and they fixed it, and we talked quite a bit. Wonderful young man, very good bowler. He bowls tomorrow night, and their team is leading the second 18-week segment, the Hooters team of the Oaks Farms League. Joe Smith. I'm going to have to do something for him, Joe. I don't know what, but I'll find something. Any cars tonight? Any cars tonight? Set
245 with the black hammer.
245 with a black hammer? Joe Panko is still rehabbing, folks, in the hospital. Been in there 6 weeks and 5 to go. I was talking with Joe the other day, and Joe, you're quite a fighter. I can't wait to hear you got out of there. Believe me. I can't wait. Got a very nice card tonight from Jimmy Shirk, Yvonne Ryder, Goldie Navi, and Curtis, thanking me for my live streaming this year. A thank you card and a gift certificate to Seed to Table for $50 for my live streaming. How is that, folks? Think about what I just said. League boulders coming up to me with a $50 gift certificate thanking me for live streaming their league, and that's a thrill for me. And last week, Steve Beloff did the same thing. Gave me gift cards for 5 guys and a restaurant chain. And Joe Lassick gave them to me for the boathouse. I have $150 in gift certificates that I have to use before I go on my little trip in May. So I'm going to start using them. I'll be telling you folks about that trip 2 weeks from tonight. Yes, Larry's going on the road. Got myself a little paper route, and going to be kind of interesting. Yes, Joe, I think Thursday night I'm going to go to the boathouse, or Friday night. No, I can't do it Friday night. And I can't go Saturday. So I'm thinking Thursday night boathouse, and then maybe Sunday, and then next week seat to table. Got to load up the refrigerator and the freezer.
Yo, Larry, you got a piece of pizza up there I can have?
No. No pizza. I'm going to put it on split screen, folks. Bear with me. I'll be right back. All righty, we're back. Okay. All right, let's move some cameras here and see what we could find in Game 3. Keep in mind, there's about 7 or 8 awards right now. I think 4 in Game 1, 2 last game is 6. So we've got an outside chance tonight for double figures. I doubt it, but you never know. We've had weeks where in Game 3 we had bowlers getting 300s and 800s. So I believe we're locked in at 5. We'll see what's going on here and go right up the ladder now for Game 3. Now, Manny Gonzalez has got 16 in a row real. That looks like 17 in a row. Look at that, trips of 4. That is some streak that young man has, folks. Good for him. He's got a lot of handicap. He could be going for a 3-car night here. He could have 800, 300 with handicap this game, and I will check that score. We've only had 3 bowlers, I believe, all year get 3 cars in one night. I believe Daniel Gassera did it. I believe Bob Trent did it. One other person, I believe, had 800 and 2 games over 300. It's only happened 3 times. 6 days of usages in one 3-game set. Quite an accomplishment. Yes, Gary Seitz, a big one, about 857, Joe. Got a good memory there, Joe. 857. He was excited. Oh, we got Audis tonight. 4 in Game 1, I believe 2 in Game 2. Their Exorcist, about 6 so far. That's going to push us in right around 225 going into next week, which is unbelievable. 450 days of free cars from one dealership. Unheard of. That's a Guinness World Book of Records. Take my word for it. There is no car dealer done that in this country. Not even close. And I must say that David Forbes has done something for all of us that has really restored what I would call hope in the fact that big business will get involved with bowling at the local level. And he's shown us that a world-renowned car brand will get involved in the world of bowling. And I want to thank him so much for this great year that he's given us here. And for those of you watching that know David, and several of you do, he is a genuine, wonderful man with just this unbelievable personality of kindness and polite. He calls people Mister. I mean, amazing the way he treats people. And in this bowling center is a celebrity. He is loved by our bowlers, not because of what he's given away, because of the type of person he is. He's just one of these guys that when he talks to you, you just melt. You feel like he's just a genuine friend, and I love him dearly. Lee, nice bowling this weekend. Lee Ratchin finishing second to David Stouffer. Two bowlers on the seed to table team bowling for the proprietor's title last weekend at Treasure Lanes. In the semifinal match, Lee Ratchin bowled 289. Bowled Stouffer in the title match. Stouffer shot 203 and won by 39 pins. On 289, 162. And this guy is one hell of a bowler, and when I saw that, I could not believe that that happened to him. He has been off. It's the best he's bowled in a while, I might say. But he has been off for a couple of years fighting a bad wrist. But I'd have figured after 289, I'd have figured, 220, 230. And for whatever reason, 162. Yeah, I was just talking about you. I was saying I was shocked at the final game.
Yeah, lane change.
And I just said I could see maybe 210, 220, but not 160.
Yeah, well, the right lane hooked on me in the second frame there, and then I tried to move off of it, and it just same reaction.
Yeah, amazing. I wouldn't have bet on that.
No.
I wouldn't have bet 280, 160 ever.
No.
I don't care.
I threw two pretty good shots to throw that double there to get back in the match.
Yeah,
But when I left that 10 pin in the, I think it was the 6 frame or whatever.
that's the best you bowled in a few years. That's good. That's a start. You know, that's a high performance. You know, you're bowling the hottest bowler around. You got to a title match, and that's good. If you're gonna bowl a tournament, get to the title match.
Yeah.
You know, take your chances. You got a guy that's on a roll right now. He got a break. Winning with 203. If somebody said to me after you shot 289, Dave's going to shoot 203, I'm saying he's losing.
And especially when that's the look I had on Saturday to shoot 780 the last three to get where I was.
Whoa.
I shot 260, 270, 230 the last three on Saturday to get to plus 180.
Wow, they were tough
So
too.
I was even after 5.
You 4 guys ran away. There was nobody close.
Well, like I said, I was even after 5.
Yeah.
You know, so the last three I shot 780.
Well,
So, you know, and when I shot 289, that's the same look as I had on Saturday. And I just didn't think it was going to go away that quick. Yeah, I never thought I was going to shoot 160.
you know, it's amazing. These lanes change. They don't change 1 and 1s. They change 4 and O's, 5 and O's. I mean, it's like
No,
when
trust
they
me.
go, they're,
Trust me, I moved 5 and it still didn't work.
you know, you can't hardly believe it after you shoot 280. All of a sudden you throw a ball and it changes 5 boards
Yeah.
in one frame. Is that the movie star? Let me see. Let me look at it fit. That's the movie star. Oh boy, we got one there. Hello. He's beautiful. Oh boy. What a face on that. Mark, congratulations. You bowled well. I saw you made the cut. There's the plastic cannon. Ice Martinez. Tuesday Tyler not bowling well tonight. Look at that game. Let's check the averages in this league while we're looking. Let's see what we got here in this league. Look at Stouffer's average, folks. 247, Altman 235, Seymour 235. David Stouffer setting probably the second highest average ever in this association. Alshire with 254 5 years ago. Stouffer has a legitimate shot for 247 plus for the year, and it's indicative about the way he's been bowling literally everywhere he goes. Again, we want to thank all of you for not only being with us tonight, but all year. Again, next week, week 36, we'll end our regular season next year for both leagues, Audi and Oaks Farms, and then, of course, 2 weeks from tonight, the 4-team stepladder roll-off, and 2 weeks from tomorrow night, I don't know the format yet. I have to get a real clarification tomorrow, but 12 teams make it, and it's Baker. I don't know how it's going to work, but that's going to be exciting, whatever it is. I will have information on that league roll-off for Oaks Farms tomorrow night. David Stouffer winning his 7th priors 20 years ago. The first year that I lived here, I got 21 games in league, and I bowled the proprietors, and I won it. And I got lucky when I went up there to the Calcutta. Nobody bought me. I loved that even more. And I bought myself in the Calcutta for $200. And In the tournament, I won about 3,500. And I'm very fortunate to beat the great John Huff, who made the finals again this week, 20 years later. What a dominant player he's been in his life. And when you beat him back then, I must say, back then when he was in his middle 30s, I think I was 52. What a shot maker. Honored to bowl John Huff. Very lucky to beat him. I told him I was going to beat him, though. I pointed my finger at him and told him he didn't have a chance. And he did not like it. Got to use that psychology, you know. Keep in mind, tomorrow night, Stouffer bowls with Ratchin and Alshire. Strong team. But they are not leading the league. RG Strikeline is. And for those of you that remember, on week 1, I picked RG Strikeline to win the league. One of my few picks that true story, week 1, I picked them. And they're leading literally from week 1 in year-to-date points. Just a dominant team with Gacera, Seymour, Rakoski. Very, very strong team. And Justin McDonald. And Rick Wilbur, thank you so much, Rick Wilbur. I might be seeing you this summer, Rick Wilbur. I might run into you. You never know where that bus can go. That bus might be on Martha's Vineyard, Hartford, might even be up at Great Barrington, Mass. Going to have a wonderful, wonderful summer. Can't wait. Going to see my sister Michelle, who I've not seen in 5 years, her and her husband. And my granddaughter graduates Roger Williams University on May 21st, but they have restrictions, so I'm not allowed to go to her graduation. Just 2 people are allowed to go from each family. Can you imagine that? So my son's going to go with either her brother or her boyfriend. And that's it. But I'm going to go and take him out to dinner when the graduation's over on May 21st. Graduating a great college, my granddaughter Caitlin. Whoa, look at that shot by Ginger Gorell. That a girl, Ginger. We got that one live, Ginger. Oh boy, you can go home and watch that. Perfect timing. Oh, I wish I could take an Audi. Much better on mileage. My bus gets 6 miles per gallon. It's got a 450 Detroit in it. It weighs 37,000 pounds. It is a tank. But it's a nice ride for an old man. I enjoy it. And I'm getting ready to hit the road, Jack. In the words of Ray Charles. What a feeling, knowing that I can do some things. I was so impressed with Corey Hausman. He takes a ride down here today, 275 miles each way to hang 20 banners that he could have hung Friday night, and wanted to sit on the live stream. And I got to be honest with you, I don't forget stuff like that. 550 miles today he drove to promote his tournament and hang banners. And very, very impressive. Check Stouffer's score out on 27 and 8. Keep in mind, he needs 741 to maintain his average. How about that? That's some unbelievable bowling for a year. Average 741 a night. That's really a great year. And he's coming up now after winning this weekend, winning the Seat to Table event, winning the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour Masters event all the last 3 months. And all of you have watched him. He's just been locked in all year long. And we're going to look at Manny's score in a moment. I think that's a good idea, Don Cornette. I want to check that out. Let's watch Stouffer here, see if he can put it out for 230. Oh, he tripped a 4. And let's watch Manny now. Manny might have an 800 there. I don't know. But it sure be a nice way for him to finish the evening with maybe another hit. Well, very well tonight. Had 17 in a row. I don't know if he ended the first game with a few. Might have had more than that. But good for him. And Stouffer did strike that game out for 234, so it looks like Stouffer has a great chance to end this league season over 247. That is a big number, folks. I don't care where you are, what part of the United States, you average that for a league season. And Manny with 256 or 246. Let's see if he popped 800 now. I don't know if we can read the scores or not, but he might have. I'll go down and look to see if he did. It's 256, 332. Hey, he might have had 800. He could very well have had 800. We'll check back in a minute. Let's look for some other big numbers here. Looking for 300s. Manny, he might have shot 800. He's got 588. I think that's 800. Let me look. Hold on. Just missed out with 797 with handicap. So he needed a double and a tenth, but he did get one car. We want to congratulate him on 300. And Jimmy, and getting a 300 ring and an Audi. That's a nice night. I might get close to Rutland, Rick. I don't know exactly yet, but I can tell you this. I got a little time, which I will get into in a few weeks, and have an opportunity to do some things that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I have found a writer, and we're going to write 3 books. One this summer and maybe one next summer. I think I've got enough for 3 books. And everybody's been telling me for the last 10 years to do it, so I'm doing it. We'll see how good the memory is. Hey, John. Here, Bree. Thank you, Bree. We're going to stay right here and watch Chris now. That's Chrissy Stewart. And again, I don't think, and I'm not 100% sure, that she's won a car all year, and if anybody in this league is good enough to win a car, it's this lady right here. I'd love to see her do it tonight in week 35. Come on. Get over there, that a girl. Yes, yes, yes. She is a great bowler, folks. The 1994 PWBA Rookie of the Year on the Ladies Pro Tour. What'd you shoot tonight? Any good?
I ended up bowling next to the pair because of our rotation. I bowled 246, 246, 247.
No way.
So I'm looking forward to tomorrow
Wow.
night. That's the first time.
246, 246, 247. That'd be a hell of a triplicate.
It would.
Yeah.
Daniel Gacera
Yeah.
said, I asked him to look at my pitch and my thumb.
Yeah.
And it was at like under.
Yeah.
So he had refitted me.
Yeah.
And it's like 3/8 away.
Yeah.
I'm coming at the ball so much better.
Good.
So
Good.
And then Wednesday I am going to come tomorrow, but I'm going to practice on the pattern for Friday, and I'm going to bowl this weekend.
Good.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. We'll come back to Chrissy Stewart on 41 and 2. Chrissy Stewart bowling in the same league with her son. Both members of the PBA and Chrissy at one time the PWBA. Very rare mother and son pros. Not a father and son pros. I love that statistic. That was John Pfister Very good bowler. Almost a hell of a triplicate there. Hi, Jay. All right, good night, Jay. And we're just about done, but we're going to be watching Chrissy right here. She's not quite ready. Let's just put it on a split. And for those of you that did not know, in the PBA Regional here, after the Senior Tour was here last Tuesday, they bowled Thursday and Friday at Lehigh Lanes, and lo and behold, Walter Ray Williams got to the title match and lost to Ryan Shaffer. So Walter Ray, 2 title matches here in his 2 PBA stops in the same week. Tuesday winning a week ago tonight, and then Friday finishing second to the great PBA champion Ryan Shaffer out of Elmira, New York. Ryan Shaffer, when he sat in a booth with me last week during the Audi Pro-Am, telling me he had 15 top 5s in majors, 6 seconds in majors. It's got to be heartbreaking. I mean, to have gotten close that many times and never caught a break, never won one. So I'm glad he had a good week here. I don't know how he's doing up in Clearwater in the Villages, but that's a young man that very underrated. When I heard that stat, I said, that is absolutely ridiculous. 15 top 5s. I mean, I know great ones, great ones, that did not have 15 top 5s in majors. Believe me. All right, we'll go back to Chrissy now and see what she's got. I know it was here somewhere. Let's see where. She's got 9, so she needs 11 for a car. She does need a double. I'd hate to see her shoot 289. That's not fair. So we're going to watch that. And I must say again, and I will, especially these next few weeks, that for me it's been an honor to be with all of you, week in and week out. Many of you have been with me for 2 years. People like Rick Wilbur and Don Cornett, and of course Cooper Gates all this year, and a lot of new followers, if you will. It's been an honor for me to do this with all of you, and lots of wonderful messages, texts, emails. Lots of people have said they caught the shows here and there and watched it, and again, I found another gift that the sport of bowling has given me. I've been the luckiest man for 61 years to be able to do so many things in the sport, but now I'm going to be doing something that I've been wanting to do for the longest time. I have found an extremely accomplished writer, and we're going to be meeting a lot for coffees in the mornings, and he's going to tape me, and we're going to start on what I believe to be 3 books. I believe I've got enough for 3. Got to break them down and sort of get them right, categorize them. He's excited, I'm excited, and he knows literally every sports writer between Hartford and Boston, and that's going to help tremendously because we're going to send all of them a book. And I'm sure that when we do that, it's going to help the circulation of it. I'm going to send out a lot of autographed copies, mark my words. Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting May because my granddaughter Caitlin will be the first person in my family to graduate with the last name LICHSTEIN since I believe 1938. I think it's going to be about 83 years since my dad graduated, and she went to quite a school there in Rhode Island. Beautiful young lady, dating for several years now a young man who is going to be a police officer, if he isn't already, and his dad and his grandfather, all 3 police officers of West Hartford, Connecticut. 3rd generation police officer, which I think is fantastic. Met the young man once, just a wonderful young man. I can't wait to see him again. Especially when I'm driving through West Hartford and I know that if I go through a stop sign I can drop a name and save the fine. I doubt that, but never, if he does marry my granddaughter, there's never been anybody in law enforcement in my family. That's interesting. Oh, Mark, they're going to be unbelievable. I have several ways to categorize the books. And been thinking about it for years, and it's now time to do it. And I have a friend in Hollywood who wants the books sent to him immediately when they're written. And he's a big-time guy. His name is Vince Gerardis. I'm friends with Vince Gerardis. He's a 4-time Emmy Award winner, and he was the executive producer of Game of Thrones, and he wants my books. How's that one? For whatever. Come on, get up there. Yes, about time. No week 10. Now, this is the one. She's had a week 10 in every game all year long when it comes to an award. And she's far enough right now to get plenty of entry angle. I do not want to see a 10-pin on this ball. Please, Chrissy, don't bowl 299. Get this 11th one here and lock it in. That's 10 in the pit. Hard! Get over it. No! Again, look. Oh, my God. Look at that. 299. Oh, it's not fair. Oh, I thought she threw it good. It just never come off the oil. It didn't tilt up. And look, watch. Oh my God, that's not fair. I don't know how long it'll take, Mark, but I'm going to be doing it quite a few mornings. And, it's going to be right. I'm going to stare at it a while, and the manuscript, and then get it published, and then start on the next one. And I think I've got enough. I'm going to start probably my first memory, which is around 1951, and I have memories of the 50s and what happened to me as a young boy in the 50s. And I'm going to bring it right up the ladder. I have vivid memories of 1954, 55, 56, 57. And we'll see. We'll just see what happens. Boy, that was heartbreaking there for Chrissy. Darn it, you hate to see somebody miss by a pin, especially when they haven't got one all year. That's very unfair. Oh, look, there's a 314. Ho, ho, ho. There's one, folks. Check it out. There it is. A 314. So that's about 7. We've been looking for them. Could be 7 or 8 tonight. Smitty? Hey, what? I'm giving him this. All right, so we're going to watch Donnie Schwartz, who ended with 254 and about 789. Look at that, folks. Was pretty close. He needed a double in a 10th to get it. So a 797 tonight. A 789 tonight, near misses, and it looks like the party's over. And there it is, they're done again. Then tomorrow night, 6:30, week 35. We will have top 12s for you tomorrow, and the format for the 12-team roll-off. That's going to happen 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's big action. 12 teams out of 36 bowling for that big added money in that Oaks Farms roll-off, and it is a big prize fund. I should have numbers for you tomorrow. And again, another great night here in Southwest Florida. Again, we want to thank all of you for being with us as usual. We will see you tomorrow. And quite a league tomorrow night with RG Strikeline in the hunt to lead the league for the year. Hooters leading the second 18-week segment and still has a chance to make the top 12. We'll have that for you also. Again, looking forward to reporting on week 35. Oh my God, 70 live streams Tuesday and Wednesday since last August. Not counting the weekends, we're probably, for the year from last August to now, 130, 120, 130 live streams. I'm tired, believe me. Tired from talking. Not working, I guess. Could call it that. But been an honor for me, believe me. And something I will always cherish. My time here, live streaming and talking with all of you. So we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 6:30. And as usual, I want to wish all of you a lot of good luck with bowling. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.